It's your girl. That's right. Who's your girl? Me, Missnicety. It's Missnicety on Be More Playbook. This is my platform where I provide you my weekly insight on sports and more. Look, y'all, week 3. Oh, yeah. Are you ready for some football? Yes, let's get right into it. Week 3 football was awesome. I surely enjoyed. I was running around here stumping, jumping. Yeah, go, go. Yes, all week long. And let's start with my report card on my predictions. Out of 16 games, I got 9 right, which is not too shabby. Okay. That's good. My goal is to get like 12, 11. Yeah, I'm going to try to get 16, but if I be consistent with like 11 or 12 wins, that's good, y'all. If you don't think it's hard, get this. Get your predictions, all 16 games, how many games it is that we put it down and see how many you can get right. Then come back and talk to me. But right now, let's go over the ones that I did get wrong. I said Cleveland was going to beat the Giants, but guess what? The Giants beat Cleveland 21-15. I had the Bears beating the Colts. The Colts defeated Chicago 21-16. I had Houston. And when I said this, I said it was hard for me to pick between Houston and Minnesota. But if you watch the game, it wasn't hard at all. Minnesota beat Houston easily 34-7. The next game, I picked Tampa to beat in Tampa to beat the Broncos. But the Broncos walked right over and beat them 26-7. Interestingly enough, the next game was in Vegas. I had them winning against the Panthers, but the Panthers went in Las Vegas and beat them 36-22. I had Arizona beating Detroit, but Detroit defeated Arizona 20-13. What's next? My last one was the Rams. I had San Francisco 49ers beating the LA Rams in LA, but the Rams beat. And it was kind of interesting because they only had one touchdown pass. Brock Purdy had 3 touchdowns. And the score was 27-24. Rams beat. They ran the ball. And for some reason, that fumble and that field goal miss, like in the fourth quarter, was the deciding factor, and the Rams won. Bam! Like I said, week 3 was an exciting week for me. I don't know about you guys, but we went into week 3 with this paradigm of 9 teams that was defeated, and 9 teams that was undefeated. And we had this conversation about how would they do, in that week. So let's talk about it. The 9 teams that were defeatless, that haven't won a game, 6 of them were able to come back and win games. Let's talk. Rams beat the 49ers. Giants beat the Browns. Panthers went into Las Vegas and they won. The Colts went in at home. They beat the Bears at home, so they went to them and they won. The Broncos went into Tampa and they won. And there's a pattern here. These teams knew that they had to win. That's why they went into other people's turfs and won. They knew they had to win. And the Ravens did it too. They went into Dallas and they beat on the Cowboys 28-25. So those teams are not defeatless. They have at least one win underneath of them. But what about the 3 teams, guys? It is still 3 teams that haven't won a game. And these people getting money. They got way more money than I probably would ever see in my life. And they hopeless. The Jaguars, trash. Titans, trash. And the Bengals, I don't know what's going on them. I wouldn't say they trash, but they ain't winning. And out of all these three teams, I think week 4, two of these teams are still going to be undefeated. That's going to be Titans and Jaguars. Cincinnati going to come out with some kind of way and win. So let's see. Let's talk about the teams. There were 9 teams that was undefeated. Let's talk about it. Out of those 9 teams, we could just wipe off 4 of them because they lost. Texans lost against Minnesota. So now they are 3-1. Oh no, they 2-1. They are now 2-1. The Chargers lost against the Pits, 2-1. The Saints lost against the Phillies, 2-1, and the Bucks fell against the Broncos, 2-1. Of those 9 teams, 5 are still defeatless. That's let's see. That's the Steelers, the Bills, the Seahawks, the Vikings, the Chiefs. All 3-0. Let's talk about them. How many of these 5 teams you think that's going to end week 4 still undefeated? Let's go with the first one. Seahawks, 3-0. Last week they beat against the Dolphins. This week they go against Detroit. That's a toss-up for me. That's Geno Smith against Jared Goff. Who y'all got? Because I'm not wild about either team. Tell you the truth, I am underwhelmed about both of these teams. Jared Goff's statistics look great. And his statistics say that this is a quarterback that should be among the elites, right? But I'm just questioning a lot of stuff about Detroit because I did have them doing a lot of winning at first, but I'm not too sure about them. Now let's talk about the Seahawks, who is the undefeated team. To me, they haven't had any significant wins. And they've been winning like field goals. And I don't watch the NFL for field goal battles. I don't do that. I want to see some touchdowns. I want to see you throwing it in the end zone. That's what I want to see. And for this reason, I have Geno falling and Jared Goff pulling it off, defeating Seattle Seahawks 3-1. The next one is the Vikings. The Vikings is 3-0. They won Houston last week. This week they go against Green Bay. And Sam Darnold against, I don't know. Is it going to be Jordan Love? Is it going to be Malik Willis? Who knows? I don't know. I think they said Jordan Love will come back. I don't know. I know Saturday they was still questioning it. And I must admit, you Vikings look good here. He looks great. He has the most touchdown passes with 8. He only have 2 interceptions, 8 sacks. Not too bad, right? But I don't have them going to the Super Bowl. And their reign must end. And I have a feeling it's going to end today. They're going to lose by Green Bay. I don't know how Green Bay going to do it, but they're going to pull it off some kind of way, and Vikings will obtain their first loss and fall to 3-1. The next team is the Chiefs. The Chiefs is 3-0. Last week, like I said, they went Atlanta. They beat the Falcons. This week, they're going to have to play against the Chargers. That's Pat Mahomes against Justin Herbert. What you guys think? The Chargers. See, my thing is, I don't think the Chargers is that good. I just don't. The Chargers really, they only beat the Raiders and the Panthers. I don't even think the Chiefs that good. The Chiefs is scratching, trying to keep it alive. At the end of the day, they still winning. They defeatless, and they beat Cincinnati. They beat Baltimore the first week. They beat Cincinnati last week. They beat the Falcons. And for that reason, I feel like they've been challenged the most, and they definitely going to win this week. They're going to retain their undefeated record 4-0. Moving right along to the Steelers. The Steelers is 3-0. They beat the Chargers last week. This week they go against the Colts. And I feel like the Colts haven't done that much. You know, they won against the Bears last week. They really did a bang up job with that. But guess what? I still have the Steelers winning and maintaining their undefeated record, and they beat Denver, they beat Atlanta, they beat the Chargers last week, and they will beat the Colts this week. That's what I predict. Now, the very last team that's undefeated, guys, is the Bills. They're 3-0. They beat trash last week, was Jacksonville. They tore them all up and down that field Monday night. It was embarrassing. Matter of fact, the game was so lump-sided. I turned it straight off and went to the Washington and Cincinnati, which was exciting. I turned that game right off. Now look, Josh Allen, Allen is doing his thing. Like I said, he beat Jacksonville last week. He beat the Cardinals and the Miami. He got all of that under his belt. Good, okay? He ran through them. But guess what, y'all? They coming to Baltimore. Yes, and I feel like things is gonna change. As no way. Baltimore is coming off their first win. They look real bad to kick off. I ain't gonna say real bad, but they didn't win. Their kickoff game with the Chiefs. And then they had the Raiders come inside their home turf and beat them. And I don't see it happen again. I see Lamar. What's his name? Derek. What's the Derek Henry? I see them button up and pulling this off. Okay, I see the Bills falling, succumbing to their first loss this NFC season, being undefeated and losing to the Ravens, falling to 3-1. Now, what are my predictions for Week 4? Let's get right into it. I had the Giants beating the Dallas on Thursday Night Football, but as you all know, Dallas won 20-15. And I'm taping. Had to say that so people around me know to keep the noise down. So the next thing is Atlanta against New Orleans. I have Atlanta coming off their loss at home, playing at home. They should win this. They don't want to have 2 losses in a row. Now, talk about 2 losses in a row. The next one, Chicago. I have them beating Rams just at home just because that. They have more to prove. For Green Bay and Minnesota, I already talked about this game. I feel like that this is going to be the upset game of the week. Green Bay, if it's Malik or if it's Jordan, one of those quarterbacks, it could be both of those quarterbacks. They could throw the ball, they could run the ball. They need to find a way at home. They should win against Minnesota. Pittsburgh against Indianapolis Colts. I'm not impressed with Indianapolis. I feel like Pittsburgh should beat this. Denver against the Giants. The Broncos will win. I have Philly beating Tampa Bay. In Tampa. Look, they talk about Philly all week. They say they don't have no wide receivers. What they say? They say Jalen Hurts needs to stop turning the ball over. They say what they want to say. No, we don't have no A.J. Brown. No Saquon Smith. We don't, but we have Saquon Barkley, and we have our tight ends, and I feel like Philly gonna pull it off. Oh, I meant to say Devontae Smith. All right, so let's move on to Cincinnati and Carolina. Like I said earlier, I feel like Cincinnati need to win this game. They 0-3. They 0-3. Yeah, they 0-3. They definitely need to win this game. And they got a lot going on over there. Mr. Frosty. What is Mr. Frosty? Oh, Joe Burrow. I call him Mr. Frosty. Mr. Frosty, he's getting agitated with management, with the coach, all kinds of things going on. So I feel like they're going to pull us off. Between Houston and Jacksonville, repeat after me. Trevor, trash. Trevor, trash. They not going to win this. I have Houston pulling it off between Arizona and Washington. Now, listen to me good. I like Washington's, what's his name? Jaden Daniels. I really like him. He's very impressive. But Kyler Murray and them need to win this game, so I have them pulling it off at home. Brock Purdy against New England. I had San Francisco winning. Las Vegas against Deshaun. Look, Deshaun and them is falling apart. They ripping at the seams, okay? Deshaun is telling reporters, everyone, I don't run the ball. I throw the ball. Well, damn, Sherlock, we knew that. We know you're supposed to throw the ball. Matter of fact, you're supposed to do what you got to do. The thing is, he had 16 sacks, the most sacked quarterback in the league. His offensive line is all beat up. The tight ends, the running backs, everything, the offensive tacklers, everything looked horrible with the Cleveland Browns. So I have Minshew and winning in Vegas. Between Kansas City and the Chargers, just talked about that. The Chargers is just not impressive to me. I got Kansas City winning. Between Baltimore and Josh Allen tonight, prime time, 8:20 in Baltimore. I have the Ravens pulling it out, winning this one. And between Monday Night Football, I have Miami beating on the Titans. And between Geno Smith and Jared Goff, I spoke about this earlier. Jared Goff will win this, and Geno Smith and the Seattle Seahawks will succumb to their first loss of the week. So those are my picks. I thank you very much, and see you back here next week. Are you ready for some football?